Push it real good. Hello everyone, Ryan here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the new Beach Fossils album titled Somersault. Beach Fossils are an indie pop, dream pop band hailing from Brooklyn, New York, and I've sort of passively liked these guys in the past. Their music is really good for kind of like chilling out time. It's really nice, sort of moody music that you can just put on in the background. That's really earwarming, but there's not really that much to take away from it when you sort of pay too much attention to it. There is a good amount of detail in their music. It's really atmospheric, and the detail in the instrumentation is very lush. It's really lovely to listen to. But for me, I found that there are other bands in this style that have done this sound a bit better in the past. I suppose you could compare these guys to bands like Dive, Real Estate, Best Coast, maybe the Drums a little bit, but for me those bands are kind of the same. There's kind of a lot of reverberation on the instrumentation and the vocals, so there's never been too much that's made me gravitate towards that sound. For me personally, I've always preferred albums such as Nocturne by Wild Nothing, or Belong by Pains of Being Pure at Heart, or Teen Dream by Beach House. For me, those albums have far more melody, and in the guitar tones particularly, there's a bit more there. There's slightly less reverb. I've just had more enjoyment from albums like that. And although Somersault is a pretty decent album by Beach Fossils, again it falls into that category of albums that are good for background music, but when you pay full attention to them you kind of lose a little bit of interest. Because I've got to be totally honest here, there really isn't much melody to any of these songs, apart from the first track, This Year, which has a fantastic guitar riff on the song and it has a really nice chorus. I feel like the vibe to this song is really summery. It's quite a good jam as well, and that's really where this album kind of loses its touch, because after this track not many of the songs follow the same pattern. I mean, sure, I do like the song Closer Everywhere, but when it's immediately followed up by a track like Social Jet Lag, which is near enough lifeless, and there's really nothing much to this song at all, it's really just a bit jarring for me to go from track to track to track, because it's just, I'm not really paying full attention. Luckily though, this album is only 34 minutes long, and I think that is a perfect length for this type of album. If it was any longer I would have absolutely been bored to death, but because of that I do kind of have to appreciate the short term length this album has, because it's essentially doing what it's set out to do. It's there for that chilled out time in the background, just anything that sounds nice on the ears, and it really does, because I do like the vibe of this album. I do like the sound, I do like the production. I think that is all stellar on this album, and the shoegazy sound as well I can appreciate a lot. It's just, again, I'm not really going to return to this all that much because of the lack of intrigue that I have for this album. I would have to say that this album is a C- for me, but however, if you do think that this album is for you, if you do like indie pop, dream pop, that syrupy kind of sound, the reverb sound on music, the indie music that's kind of been flooding the 2010s, I'd definitely say check this out, especially if you like all the other bands that I mentioned earlier on in this video. Then certainly listen to this, because this is definitely for you. However, again, as I've said, it's fine, it's nice laid back music that I can put on in the background, but other than that there's not much else to say. If you like this review, make sure you like and subscribe for more reviews, and have a good day.